A very warm welcome to another informative episode of Career Hut. Today we shall talk about how you can chart your course to be a pilot in India. Once you have tasted flight, you will forever walk the earth with your eyes turned skyward, for there you have been, and there you will always long to return. Essentially, we shall look at how you can determine if you are suitable for a career in aviation by discussing the desirable qualities in a pilot. A science background is an absolute prerequisite. A sound understanding of technicalities helps the pilot navigate difficult situations while in flight and also convey information efficiently to the on ground flight control. Dynamic leadership, swift reflexes, and circumstantial awareness help the pilot to traverse through difficult situations while in flight and also assure the passengers of safety. This also helps in proper transportation of cargo from one point to another. Eloquence, which basically means efficient communication, composure and confidence, quick wittedness and decisiveness are some other desirable attributes in a pilot. Now we shall discuss what the various kinds of pilots in India are and what are the various courses or programs which you can take in order to become one of these pilots. We have four preliminary types of pilots: airline, commercial, private, and fighter. Allied pilots usually receive the top pay packages from commercial airlines and are required to have an extensive educational qualification. They're usually the captains, co-pilots, and flight engineers for passenger and cargo flights. On the other hand, commercial pilots do not require as high an educational qualification as airline pilots, and they usually fly charters and perform other non-flight duties. Private pilots are hired by corporates and similar organizations in order to transport private cargo and similar commutations. Fighter pilots, on the other hand, are hired by the Indian Air Force after rigorous years of training in order to fly military aircrafts, transport military cargo, perform evacuation, surveillance, and defense duties. First up, we shall look at how you can become an airline pilot. A science background is absolutely necessary, which means you need to have learned the three subjects: physics, chemistry, and maths in senior secondary. In case you haven't taken these courses in school, you always have the option of pursuing these subjects via the National Institute of Open Schooling. Secondly, a bachelor's degree is mandated and this must be relevant to aviation. Some courses which you can take are a Bachelor of Sciences in Aviation or Aeronautical Engineering. The college from which you graduate must be recognized by the Directorate General of Civil Aviation, also known as a DGCA. Now, the entrance tests to one of these aviation colleges entail physics, chemistry, maths, English, current affairs, social sciences, and general knowledge. Hence, a basic, if not sound understanding of all these subjects is necessary to clear the admission tests. As mentioned earlier, airline pilots are preferred top positions at most of the commercial airlines across the country and also have very high pay packages. To your left is Captain Zoya Agarwal, who was the first woman pilot to lead the all-women pilot team on the world's longest air route preferred by Air India. In this slide, you shall see some of the top three institutes for aviation in India, including the Indian Institute for Aeronautical Engineering and Information Technology at Pune, Hindustan Aviation Academy at Bangalore, and the Indian Institute of Aeronautics, New Delhi. All three of these institutes have been recognized by the DGCA. Next up, we shall talk about how you can become a commercial pilot in India. Although a science background is necessary, you can become a commercial pilot or obtain a commercial pilot license without having had a bachelor's degree, and this is what makes this a faster route to pursue. Before you obtain a commercial license, you need some amount of training and practice, for which you need to apply for a student pilot license with the DGCA. Once you've applied for this license at the age of 16, you can take up private training courses which are considerably shorter than a bachelor's degree and last around 12 to 18 months. These are again proffered by various institutes across the country. So the regimen is follows. Upon writing your examination, which has the same subjects as discussed earlier, which is physics, chemistry, maths, current affairs, English, social sciences, and general knowledge, a pilot aptitude test is conducted. This test usually has only one attempt, and upon failing this test, you are usually not allowed to continue training. Then, medical screening is conducted by an authority of the DGCA or the Aviation Recognized College, and a field experience of a minimum of 250 hours is required for a commercial pilot in comparison to 1,500 hours for an airline pilot. Once you have cleared all these barriers, you are proffered a commercial pilot license or a private pilot license based on which one you apply for. Finally, we shall talk about the most prestigious institute to join in India as a pilot, the Indian Air Force. There are four routes through which you can become a fighter pilot. Let's talk about each one of these routes. First, I shall discuss how you can become a fighter pilot by applying at the National Defense Academy. One thing which you must note is that you become a permanent commissioned officer, and this is not a temporary position, which is what makes this advantageous and gives this an edge compared to all the other routes. So you have four steps, which is a pilot entrance exam, and then there is a service selection board interview, which contains psychometric and intelligence tests. Then you have a pilot aptitude test, which is only a single attempt, and finally a medical examination. Upon passing these four levels, you are trained for 3 years to become a pilot, or also a permanent commissioned officer. Otherwise, in case you do not want such a rigorous procedure to become a fighter pilot, you can choose to give the Combined Defense Services Examination or the CDSA, and you just have to be 19 years in order to do so. However, this posting is usually temporary and you do not become a permanent commissioned officer. You could also apply via NCC, for which you will have to be a National Cadet Officer and you need to have worked in the NCC Avon Division C. But also, a graduation in a course containing physics or mathematics, which is basically a bachelor's degree, is a prerequisite if you're choosing to apply via NCC. And finally, SSC stands for the Short Service Commission, and they conduct the AFCAT exam, for which you need to have had a bachelor's degree, so basically a bachelor in engineering or a bachelor in technology. And then, upon passing this exam, you're proffered 74 weeks of training, following which you obtain a fighter pilot license for 14 years. Hence, it's sort of a temporary posting.